I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is August 30, Friday, 2024. Hope you had a good month, a good week, a good day here. So we had a nice response here with today's day at the end of the day. Of course, they'd like to do that at the end of the day. Push it all the way back up. They did take out the intraday high for today, and we pretty much are going to close, I'm assuming, right here. So this is going to be a fire video. I'm going to try to make them quick because I know these videos are long, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to try to do my best to make it quicker. So real quick, I'm just going to ramble. So I'm just going to you have to pause, you have to go back, go ahead and do that, right? But when we came down slammed yesterday, right? We pretty much came down to a nice trade level. Even if we put a fib here, well, this is how the videos get long, but even if we put a nice fib here, let's do this right here, and you see that we came to a nice 61, right? So with that 61, that's a golden area, right? So we closed there, and then, well, we hit there, and then we closed here, right? So with that understanding, right, we have that, right, going for us. We have the coming up back above the daily imbalance that we're highlighting here. We've hit that, and we've closed above it. So, well, pretty much damn near on the head. We laying on it. So with today, you also see as being the end of the month, and it's a holiday. I mean, completely forgot to talk about this week, but we have a holiday. If you're overseas, this is a national holiday for us in America. But in general speaking, this is a day that you got to tread lightly. You don't really want to trade probably at all. But I mean, are there moves? Sure. I think every day is a trading day. But in taking the right trades is what matters in certain days that are not optimal, right? But long story short, we have it's speakering out right here. So we have this first candle at 1800, right? We get this candle, we get a push down. Well, look at the when we get a push down. Look at this. Look at the body. Look at the wick. No wick of that candle right here, which is this candle right here. This 2015. No wick right there. See that? So that being the case, plus the midnight level. Look at the midnight level. The midnight level here. We're dancing around it, but we're not really going underneath it since then, right? But we kind of did here, and we did not do it here. This was also, I believe, a midnight level, right? Where was it? Yeah, right there. So here, I was surprised we didn't come and hit that level either. But when the day is forming, we're getting that pump and dump situation. So we're pushing up, right? And we're pretty much wiping out all the sellers here of this ease. I mean, you could have pushed sell anywhere here, right? And we're pretty much coming up to there. Where do we come back to? We came back to that weekly gap that we've been discussing all this time that had that daily gap in there. It's not in there anymore. Let me pause it real quick and add it. Hold on a second. All right, right here, this day right here, right, which was going to be Friday. So it's sitting in that gap. So we've been tagging that. How many times have we sold from it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So multiple times, right? For high confluence area, it's coming back to it, building liquidity above it, and as you see here, we push up, we come and we get into that gap. Now transferring over here, take a look here. When you see these equal lows, that's previous of 930, we do come for it, right? We come for it right here, and you notice that we don't take out this low, right? And we sweep this barely right here, but we don't take out this low. And this right there, if you look at the liquidity levels, like right, I mean, first of all, that should be a sign that we're gonna pump then dump. Why? Because, well, not only is it the end of the week and the month and all that shit, but with us sweeping this, and if you're looking at the bodies, okay, sure, we're pushing up, but this is an idea that we're coming back. Plus the opening range, when it opens up, you see that it's wide, right? We're sitting on only the top 25%. Okay, that's fine. We do push up and we get this order flow. When you want to talk about order flow, if you wait, sit on your hands, and if you want to wait, you can see that we do push up. We'll make a high right here, and then we retrace back. But look, when we retrace back, we retrace back pretty deep, right? Look at that imbalance. We blow through it, but we respect that last candle. See that? So it's which is we're talking about this 940 candle, right? So as you see, we do respect that last candle of the imbalance that we're talking about, which is the 941. But when we're coming so deep like that, I mean, another form of equal lows or liquidity being built for on the way up, right? So that means for on the way coming down is where they're going to benefit from it. But long story short, we push up, we make another high, then we come back down, we tag the 930 open, right? Plus we're respecting that gap of the imbalance of this 951. And also the down candle, which is this 950. So this is order flow. I mean, that's your order flow. I mean, you got higher, low, right? Pushing up. Then we push up here, right? Take a look. And then this 10 o'clock candle is very similar to yesterday. This 10 o'clock candle, we get this nice push up, gets right to the 50% of that gap. And then the 1002, 1002 makes that final high almost to the exact level of sealing that gap to the tick, right? I mean, literally off by like probably half a point, if that. I mean, I don't even think it's more than one tick. But right when that happens and it stops right here, I look to the left here and it's like, okay, well, if you were thinking about it was going to take this liquidity out right here, I ain't mad at you. But at the same time, you are respecting this gap. So if you're sitting on your hands, then take a look here. So when this price gets pushed down here, all right, we're still in this candle, this down candle, which is 956. We did blow right through this imbalance though, right? So if we blew through that imbalance and didn't even respect that imbalance, okay, that should be alarm number 2, red flag number 2. Number 1 would be it's stopping literally dead on its tracks right here. That's number 1. Number two is blowing through this imbalance. Number 3, you come back up. Now, breaking structure for me would be this low right here. So, because if you look at it, up, high, down, higher, low, up, and then it doesn't break that low. So it's sitting here, it's messing around. You're like, oh, I don't know what's going on here, right? But if you take a look how we respect this inversion imbalance that becomes an inversion imbalance, this 10 o'clock specific candle. If you're looking at the 4 o'clock, the 4 hour, you can see that this is, we're talking about this bearish one right here, not the one that just formed and pushed up, but the bearish one. You can see that that's also a possibility of a distribution of, we had accumulation, we had a manipulation up, and then we had now our distribution down. And it's, again, very similar to yesterday. So that being the case, and understanding all the hard resistance that it was making, the meaning in the sense of not clean price action, very, very equal lows. I mean, not taking certain lows and all that type of understanding of the opening range is not sealed. We have the midnight level down here, plus that gap, a very, very minute gap that we had, but and a possible bearish situation all wrapped up into one. When do you confirm that we're bearish? Well, okay. This model in itself, when we push up, you could, if you tried to catch this and push it down for these lows here, that would have been preferable. But this inversion imbalance, you can see that we're sitting inside that also bearish imbalance at 10.05. I'm not going to draw all that, but we're also sitting there. And maybe I should draw it, but I mean, in general speaking, I'm looking at this 10 o'clock candle. I'm looking at it not breaking above. So then we get a push down. If you didn't get in here, okay, fine. Guess what? Well, take a look. Price comes down below that. Now we're not even respecting 50%. We're coming below. We still didn't break that low though. So then guess what? It pushes back up right here. We're getting pushed back up. And then also respecting these 3 consecutive up candles. I didn't draw them out. I should have done that today, but I'll just do it now. Just going to draw that thing the whole way. I'm going to change this color though. And let's just do that. So as you see, we're digging into these last up candles. So the nice supply right there, and we're poking in. We even come back here and poke in. But when we break that low right there, boom, we break through. Once we broke through it, that's a break of structure for me in general. And on the 1 minute we're talking about. But then what do? We come and we blow through this next low. But guess what? We don't take that low out either. Isn't that a coincidence? So now you see this stacking on each other, right? So they're waiting for the big push down. This is really what they're doing. So what do? They come back up. Now we're back at 25%. Then we come back up, we push back up, and where do we go? We fall short right of that 10 o'clock. And we don't break this 10.05. We don't break that up candle either. So that's to show you right there that price is locked. So what does it do? Then the price pushes back down. All right, pushes back down, wipes all these people out. And we came up to wipe these people out too for that we're selling, right? But we're still digging into these last 3 up candles, right? And then we tag the bottom of that gap. Look to the tick. We tag the bottom of the weekly gap right there, right? And then we push down, big imbalance. Now this big imbalance, this is red flag number 4. So pushing, what was it? Stopping here at dead on its tracks, that's flag number 1. Blowing through this candle, that's flag number 2. Blowing through these lows right here and not breaking out that low, that's flag number 3. Pushing up here and getting into that imbalance, that's flag number 4. Pushing down with this type of candle, that's flag number 5. And then pushing back up and then respecting that imbalance, that's all you need. I mean, from there, you're home free. You're ready to roll. And let me just draw this out right here. And then you can see that also respecting, right? So let me delete that. So then guess what? What are we doing? Well, now we come and we aim for this type of liquidity. And guess what time it is? The macro kicks in. It's 10:50, 10:51. And sure enough, right here, this is when the trade starts, the algorithm starts to move. So now that's where you get the big bearish candles. They start to kick in and they're running through that, right? And where are they going? Well, they went right to, I mean, they blew right through the 50, right? And then they come right to that midnight level that's in the background with this thicker orange. And then we have this little minute, the little thin red line right there. Very, 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 you can't even see it. That was the opening gap. And that's how small it was. But take a look. We rush right to it. Boom, bounce right above it. Come right back to the 50, right? Come back to the 50. And not only are you at the 50 of the opening range gap, but and when I'm going through this, you pick your poison, you pick your model, you pick what you see, you pick what you look for. I mean, there's plenty of models in here, but and then what is it? Then we hit 50%. Look, we're tagging it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So right there. And what did we do? When we broke these lows. I believe there's a other low. It's that one. Yeah. So it's that low. See this low right here? See to the right? See how we bust right through it? So this is a buyer's remorse situation. If anyone was buying, they come right back and they mitigate this area right here. And I don't think it goes, yeah, it doesn't go any higher than that. So from here to here, boom, that's a trade model in itself. That's a trade model in itself. So guess what? You get it to, it comes to, if you do the projection from here, you'll see the projection down 1 to 1.5. We come to it. We retraces back. And that between 1 and 1.5 is a nice general spot where it'll give you an opportunity to get into an imbalance trade, which would be this trade right here. And it's, remember, 50% in the background. Then it, boom, shoots down. And then we get the 3 drives down. We get the 1, 2, 3, the 4th for a finale. Last, even 5th one, trying to make sure that you don't get into this, right? But where does it fall? Where does it fall to? Well, we come underneath the 50. Then we come to the daily, and then we tag the gap of the daily. The midnight level right there. And then we come to the 25%. We come below. When we come below, we're sort of floating, but also look to your left. Remember that candle. That candle that didn't have a wick there, all right? We're just pretty much wiping all these buyers, right? But then we push down, we push back up, and we're pretty much dancing around that 25% level, and then we shoot down, slither. I'd like to say slither down is a better word. We slither down, and where do we go to? Well, we come right to the 2.5. So between the 2 and the 2.5, if you take a look at the two standard deviation, this is the same level right there. This level right there, same level as that 2 standard. And it tags it right there, right? And then it's a speaker, shoots up, 3 highs, 3 lows, right? So it's just shaking out and then slithers down, comes to the 2.5. You pretty much, if you're still in here, I mean, God, I'm not even bothered with this, but look how then what does it do? Comes all the way back, dude. Comes up, pushes up. When it pushes up, you get these these 3 down candles. I mean, these 3 wicks, right? So 1, 2, 3. This is 3 drives all in itself, right? And then when you push back up, you get this little curve. Look at that curve right there. You see that? Higher lows, right? Very hard to get in. No imbalances. And what do? Look what happens. 1249 to 1250. Then that macro kicks in. Boom. Shoots the hell up. And it's constantly bullish candles. They don't want you in it. That's a model in itself. And then what does it do? Shoots right up to the 50% of that opening range. Do you got this on your chart? You need to. Then it comes down to the the previous day's settlement of the bottom of the opening range, and then we're bouncing up and down, coming up and down, higher highs, higher lows, right to from the bottom of the range to the midnight level. I'm sorry, to the opening gap of today, then to the midnight level, then to 25%, then to 50%, then to 75%, back to 50%, then to the opening of today, right? Then back to the 25%, and then the finale. Wow, what a coincidence where their finale was right above that high. So take a look at the 4 hour here. You can see that the bodies, these 4 hour bodies, are all respecting as well. See that? See the bodies of the 4 hour right here, this 4 hour. So right here, they just saved the market with this. Is this a phantom trend line here? Are we gonna bust through, or is this a resistance? We're back to neutral, but I don't know. I think this is for them to come all the way back up here. It's very possible that they do break through that phantom trend line that's there, right? That they got all these people to get involved, especially with that pool that's sitting right here. I mean, that's obvious. Are they going to bust through? But this saved the market, in my opinion, especially with this 4 hour. And if you look at the daily, that also, it does kind of look like it's going to, I mean, can we get 2 candles here and it's still underneath previous days yesterday and then get a big candle on Monday? Yes. So that's why I'm back to neutral. But this did save the market. So we'll see. So pretty dope. And then also, there's something else I wanted to say. I mentioned this, right? Yeah, I mentioned this. Yeah. I swear to God, every day I miss something that I wanted to say. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. So, as you'll see here, yesterday, I don't know if I mentioned about this divergence yesterday. I think I did. I can't remember. Well, we had higher lows again initially here, right? We had higher lows here, and that pushed it up. Then when we came down, let me delete this. We came down, and at the current moment is what I'm talking about. We have higher lows here with Nas. So not sure if that's gonna end up pushing us up here, or is that just going to be liquidity? Obviously, but a nice response to come right back. So we'd have to see a major drop on Monday to be bearish, back to bearish. If I'm going to be fully bearish, I should say. And let's see here. Feel like I'm missing something. Let me go to dollar. Dollar had also another push up. So again, that's I feel like it's kind of holding us back down still again. We'll see where this goes, but 3 consecutive candles like that does generally speak for rebounding to go back bullish. And then if that's the case, we have met our ceiling, and then we'll be coming down. But if we get a push back down from here, then I'm going to resume with us going back up. And that's kind of like how I'm using dollar, and that's all I'm going to be using dollar for. We'll see how this goes, but it's a nice little highway here to bust through. But looking at Dow also, man, listen, with Dow again with another response like that coming back up. I mean, it's not done. I don't think the top side's done. Dow is letting me know that the top side's not done. S&P back again up to these highs. Listen, I don't think the top side's done, and I think that really goes for Nas. Even though Nas is kind of like taking its time, and maybe the Nas is the sleeper that doesn't make it. That's fine. But this is what my analysis says and what I think. So and then they pretty much fizzled out here with Nvidia. But I don't know. Nvidia makes me feel like that Nas is still not done coming down, maybe. So we'll see here. Let me see what else. I know I'm missing something. If anyone's wondering what that is, that is my studio. Music studio. Used to make music for years. I'm a monster, by the way. But yeah, so I finally decided to put a screensaver, so fucking whatever. Nice to see my little booth inside the room. I got a Neumann mic 87 if anyone is familiar, but same mic that they use for recording Nat King Cole, Beyonce, you name it. But anyways, that's my studio room. Let's see, where are we at? So I don't think there's anything else I need to mention. I think I've said everything else, but I feel like I'm missing something. But I want to make this video short. Oh, it's 19 minutes. Still could make it under 20. Jeez. Yeah, I think that's it. So you guys take care. God bless. Have a good weekend.